Hey, welcome to another podcast episode on CodeStories. The name of my guest is Ansu. Ansu is a full-stack web developer. He was a professional football player, real football. However, he later decided to make a U-turn to purchase a career in tech. He has done some fantastic projects with React, Nodejs, and MongoDB. Ansu is currently looking for opportunities in the job market to utilize his technical skills. He's also looking forward to crush the current pull-up record held by my previous guest. Do you want to know more about Ansu? Stay tuned. Ansu, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Great to have you in here, and thank you for accepting my invitation. And I found out that you've been in Germany for only 6 years now, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's great because your German is really good.
Oh, thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
So you were living in Gambia before you came to Germany,
Before
right?
I came to Germany, exactly.
Germany. And in Gambia, you were a professional football player.
Yeah.
Wow. So what happened? How did you switch from professional football to tech?
It's an interesting journey for me from football to tech. It's because these two are like not on the same. They are totally different career paths. And yeah, football. I started playing football since I say early age, like as a small boy, since I was young. Like it was one of my hobbies that I played, and I continued played until I get old with it, just on the street, just like fun. And started playing professionally when I was 18, going to 19. Then I started playing football professionally. Was introduced to it by a brother. My brother was also a professional footballer. Oh. So his team is basically what I came to play for, because they were getting old and they need new recruits. So they try to get the best talents that they could get or put into their squad that could come up. So I started playing football when I was 18 and going to 19, and then 4 years I played as a professional footballer, and the first 2 years I was there as just a football player. And these 2 years I played with the team and we won 1 silverware and 1 runners-up. The other 2 years I was the team captain. Again, we won 1 silverware and 1 runners-up. And also I was acting as a team coach for our youth team there, our under 12. These are from 12 years go down. So we also having a recruit there that I was also coaching. And I played 4 years and it was pretty cool.
Nice. So when were you introduced to tech?
Tech, I was introduced into tech after my high school. After graduating high school in 2004, I enrolled into software applications. Those times there was not much programming experience in Gambia itself as a country. It's a small country, 1.5 million people. So programming itself was not something that was a trend in there in Gambia. So tech itself, that's the time that I get interested into tech and get into software application. There I learned Microsoft Office and also basics of C#, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS before I started working as an administrator just 2 years after graduating from that course.
Mm-hmm. Great. Did you knew right from the beginning that this is something you want to do in the long run, or was it just a hobby and maybe it's something you might be interested doing for a long period of time, or was it just I love this, I want to do this for a living?
Yeah, tech for me starts as a hobby too, just like football. I would guess that's what it starts for everybody. You have to start as a hobby. So, as a child, I started playing with the computer from my dad since as a child, because he was working in this Deutsche Gesellschaft for Zusammenarbeit. They have this project in Gambia that we are sponsoring for wildlife forests. And he was the manager of 3 or 4 parks there that he was taking care of. And he has this big desktop and also this walkie-talkie, he say, hello. Yeah, so these devices were something magical to me since at the early age.
I definitely get that, because I was also very attracted to electronic devices from from a young age. When I would see a computer, when I would see a video game, I was like, "What is this?" And then so
exactly.
I get it.
So I remember times that I would have to be at school. I'll be at school, and then I know he's right now at work around 12 midday. I know he's at work. So I'll just escape from school, just come lock myself in his house, just play with the computer till I know he's back. Even though we are not allowed to touch it, but it was like one of my hobbies that I used to enjoy doing. So one thing I realized there, since I was doing that at a younger age, I know there are a lot of things that I want to understand from it. That is, how does these things work? Like, how do they function? Like, while I was playing this game with snake and ladders, I mean, I started playing that since at a very, very young age with the computer. So the most interesting thing I found in it was, because it's all about maths, right? So how does this work? How do this happen that you have to go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps? Who calculated it? Like, who knows here's where you should stop? Who would ask you to bring, like, this whole functionality of this correspondence between
the logic behind it.
The logic behind it was so interesting.
Like, I was sneak peek into
I was always having at the back of my mind, like, I want to get something from this. I want to understand how these things work. Even if not for a career, I want to understand how it works. So that's how it starts for me as a phone. So when career-wise, I started going into it as a career after my high school, when I started software application studies for it. And that's what I mentioned in the previous question. Like, after going into software application, then I really know this is what I really want to do. This is what I have been yearning to do.
Great. I took a look into your landing page. It's amazing. It's really great.
Thank you.
If you haven't, you should check it out in the description section. I'm going to add it. And I found out that you've been doing a lot with React for front end. You did back end stuff with Nodejs, and also with database. You did MongoDB. And so, for example, we have Angular, Vue.js out there, but you decided to pick React. So why did you took this role?
React, I mean, I choose React. It's a JavaScript framework, right? I mean, since I already have some basics in JavaScript, so I decided to go in and pursue my career into JavaScript. So that's why I choose React. React, because of its reusable components. Like, it was easy to manipulate, easy to work with, easy to understand, and like, you can do a big amount of work in a short period of time. Like, that was just amazing. Like, I was like, okay, just go on, do it. Just study it. You can get something from this. I mean, this React. Until after 2 years here, I started learning React from my handy, from Solo Learn. I think you know this application.
Solo,
I downloaded this application.
Mobile
Solo
app,
Learn. Also, I checked some websites out, like Code Academy. I was signed up there, that I was attending, doing some of their courses, like fundamentals in HTML. That is where I started learning HTML semantics and non-semantics with CSS and its preprocessors, the SAS and less. So from there, I started broadening it up to JavaScript. So I learned some basics of JavaScript in those 2 years until 2018. Then I enrolled into Digital Career Institute, that is this year here in Berlin, and attended an 1 year intensive web development course. There it was also more focused on JavaScript main stack. So that's where I continue on upgrading my skills and trying to learn new, go deeper into JavaScript and try to build myself a career into it.
Yeah, so React, whenever someone mentions React, it's almost like Redux is right is right on the way to be mentioned also. So I think you also used Redux.
Yeah, I mean, one amazing thing about React is, it's component based, and with component is like you can always use it, and each of these components are, I would say, they are totally independent from the other component. Like, they have their own logic inside their own state. The way the component should function has its own logic in its states. And with Redux, implementation of Redux, like, you have these whole states into one box, because Redux is a store. Like, you have everything into one store, which provides you with the data. this data is easier to manipulate, easier to locate, easier to work on, and easier to like really access the data. So with React and Redux, it's like, yeah, Tom and Jerry, they are really, yeah, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But if it goes right, it's really the best tool that you can use with React.
So debugging wise, it's much easier to debug because of the components are separate from each other.
Exactly.
And you know exactly what's going on and what went wrong, and you can go to that.
Exactly. And every change on the Redux data, like on the Redux provider, any change that you change to the data, that renders it on its own components. Like you don't have to go to each separate components to try to change which data comes in, which data goes out. Like you can do it just on the Redux, and there it's easier to manipulate it. It's easier to really locate
great.
where.
That's great. That's also, I think it's called a separation of concerns.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. So, and MongoDB, you will also deep into Mongo, right?
Yeah.
The first time I heard about MongoDB, I was like, what in the world is that? I thought it was a movie or it was the name of a superhero. Is it MongoDB?
It's really a superhero.
I was also thinking that maybe it's the name of a football club or something, or like a. So how did you?
MongoDB, I mean, since it's not it's a NoSQL database, it's easier to work with. Yeah. Like it's easier to send an API request to MongoDB just with the JSON data. You can just make process your data into JSON and send it to MongoDB with a RESTful API, and also get a request, and sending a request and getting a response with MongoDB is pretty easy, since it doesn't work with tables or rows or columns. Wow. Like it only there goes with the object. If you want to put in the object, you have to write into JSON and just send it to MongoDB. So which makes the work pretty easy to work with MongoDB. Yeah.
So during your project, the project you did in the past, or maybe the one you're doing currently, you were facing some challenges, I guess. So how did you overcome these challenges, or what were these challenges you were facing?
Yeah, challenge as a word is, I would say, too soft for it, because I had a lot of troubles when I was building my own application. Like this one application that I built for Berlin. It's called Buglis.
Wow!
Yeah,
you built an app for Berlin.
It's still under production. Yeah.
Okay. So what is that app about?
The app is called Buglis, and it's about cleaning up the city. Buglis, yeah.
All right. Wow.
It's like cleaning up the city, because I'm living around Osbanov, and sometimes it's terrible to look at the places and see how much trash is lying down on the street. Like nobody really cares, nobody takes care of them. So I came up with this idea to say, why not design an app where once you are passing it, you can just take a picture of this trash and just report it to the responsible authorities.
Oh, wow.
Like they can just come there, pick it up, and reporting it, the app I designed it somehow in a way like it's going to locate you while you are reporting it. It's going to locate where the trash is, and you have this chance to like follow up where the trash is gone to, what is going on with it, whether it's picked up or not. Yeah, and the problem that I faced in it was I was thinking more than what I really can. Like I was thinking to put in a lot of features that I find are not favorable, or like, let's say, took a lot of time from me. Like I want to put in a feature where you can be able to take a picture and send it to a friend or a colleague, like Facebook. You have somebody that needs share with somebody that needs it, and then can come pick it up. But that doesn't work. I can only like send it to only one
to the authorities.
Source. That's the
okay.
So yeah.
So I think it was just you alone doing this project.
Exactly, me alone. And before I really like get on the track to say, this is what I want to do. This I have to focus on this and just forget this. Now I have to come up with a tool, Trello.
Trello. I
started using Trello to try to arrange my work into groups, like put them into to do. This one I will do it later. This one is not so important. This one is important. This, like, put them into their own categories how I want to do it, and that's where I really follow the application until it's almost completion. Also, I design a clone of the application with Figma. I think you know Figma too, right?
Figma.
It's a tool like you can design an application. You can design this application on. It has this functionality like you can click and go to another page. If you click here, you go here. If you click here, you go here.
All right.
Like it's pretty easy for mobile development, and I would say it's the best tool out there if you want to really develop a mobile application into completion. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. So right now you're looking for an opportunity in the job market to display your skills, right? So are you open to work outside of Berlin, outside of Europe, or are you just focused in Berlin?
Yeah, since I am in Berlin, I'm more ideally looking around me in Berlin. But of course, I'm open to positions outside Berlin. I would say first I will look for positions outside Berlin. That's in Germany. Anywhere in Germany, I have a position I'm called to go to. I will. Outside Germany will have to be discussed and will also have to be thought about a bit more. But inside Berlin, I'm really ready to move around from Berlin or anywhere else in Germany.
That's great. And you're actually available right now, so you can start like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are hiring, Ansu, great developer, your project you're doing, that project, Buglis, amazing. So you're doing you're not just creating an app for yourself, something that you enjoy doing, you're also creating something for the environment, for the people around you. That's really great. And so right now, are you working on a project apart from the Buglis, or is this something else that you're doing? Do you have a online course that you're following, or other projects, something beside?
Yeah, right now I'm already signed up with Coursera. I'm doing one Python course in Coursera since 2 months. I'm trying to learn some basics of Python in Coursera. Also, I'm doing all my own personal projects that I try to just start one project. As I mentioned, React is a reusable component, right? I just look at projects that I started since a year ago, try to do some work, manipulate some data, try to do something to learn something new. Also, I have friends that are working on freelance, and also I collaborate with them with their works, though it's out of help, but I that helps me a lot, to work in a team, also to learn from a different angle how the other developers think and how they use their code, how they look, what they think of a clean code or a good code to say. So most of the time I'm really trying to upgrade my own test skills and learning new skills.
Great. Talking about working in a team. So if, for example, someone would want to hire you right now, I hope that's going to be the case after this interview. Which kind of team are you looking forward to join?
Yeah, coming from a football player, I would say I understand what open communication and collaboration means for a team. So I would say that's what I'm looking most forward to work in a team, like a team that is open to communicate, open to collaborate. And
that's great. Yeah. Nice. Okay, that's it for today. I am very impressed with what you shared with me, and I hope you guys are impressed too. So if you're hiring, or you know someone who's hiring, this is the man, full stack developer Ansu.
Thanks to the guy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Dan and Natalia, for having me over. I was really looking forward for it, and finally it happened.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.